What's up, everybody? It is Mars Sports. Sports.
It is Mars Sports.
Today it's college football coaching predictions. Week number 10 after week 10. Yes, we're already week 10. So coaches have been fired this week. Well, one did, but but this year has been such a crazy year with how many coaches have been getting fired. It's happening weekly at this point. Like at this point, I'm just seeing who gets fired each day. Because today, a new victim has fallen. That, my friends, is Auburn's Hugh Freeze. Yes, Auburn has fired head coach Hugh Freeze after losing to Kentucky. I mean, oh boy. Let me just get some of these real quick. I mean, okay. So, to be completely fair, the first few losses for Auburn were by ref ball. I was like, okay, maybe. Okay, these are ref ball decisions, not entirely their fault. This time, losing to Kentucky, then you're cooked. I mean, I'm sorry, Kentucky is one of the worst SEC teams this year. I mean, yes, I know they almost beat Texas, but they'll show up for decent teams and then they don't play the rest of the season. I mean, it's just crazy, bro. But Hugh Freeze got fired from Auburn today. If you lose to Kentucky, bro, and it's not basketball, then you're getting fired. So yeah, so Auburn. So that means a quarter of the SEC's teams have head coach openings because now it's Florida, Arkansas, LSU, and Auburn. And oh boy. And as an LSU fan, all three of those other teams are our rivals: Florida, Auburn, and Arkansas. So to make this kind of competitive, I will admit. Yeah, but it's going to be very competitive to see who gets the next job in the SEC and all that, and for all those teams. Yeah. But man, all these SEC teams have been firing their coaches left and right. Those might not be the last. I mean, Mark Stoops, credit him for winning yesterday, but like, not been great for Kentucky. And then, what is it? Who else? Shane Beamer's see it's getting hot, but I don't think he's getting fired. They fired Michael Loxley, I think is his name. Yeah. No, not Loxley. Mike Shula. Mike Loxley's the Maryland head coach. At least right now he is. As I'll be paying attention. If Maryland's coach gets fired, I will redo this. Because I know there are rumors that they're firing him, but nothing's been said yet. So, yeah. It's Mike Shula who got fired from South Carolina. Apparently, the worst offense in the SEC. And if you're worse than LSU's offense, I don't know what to even tell you at this point. Yeah, but that means there are 12 head coach openings right now. It's Penn State, Oregon State, Arkansas, Oklahoma State, Virginia Tech, UCLA, Stanford, UAB, Florida, Colorado State, LSU, and Auburn are all finding coaches. So yeah. But it's not good mostly for some teams. But man, it does make the series kind of fun, I will admit. Because the more coaches that get fired, the more predictions I can do. So yeah. But it's just wild, man. Just 12 head coaches fired. Well, really 11, because I don't really count the Stanford one because he got fired before the season started. But yeah. Anyways, let's figure if I can do this, shall we? So a lot of changes have been. The predictions, I will admit, are getting harder and harder to do because of like how many coaches are getting fired, how many coaches could be up and coming. Plus, I've been doing research on like who's the next coach and all that. So yeah. Anyways, y'all, let's freaking practice this. So a few of my stuff. I have a lot of changes in my coaches this week. Um, as I have now there's 12 openings. So I mean, it's just getting crazy, bro, on how many openings there are. It's happening weekly at this point. And I don't think that'll be the last one at all, based on what I'm seeing. But let's let's just go through it. So let's just go through the ones I have kept for the same. Penn State, or at least from last week, Penn State, I still have Jimbo Fisher going. I know there's rumors of like some other coaches like Jeff Brom, but I don't think he's leaving Louisville. I just don't see it happening at this point. I mean, I feel like he might stay. I don't know why. I think Jimbo Fisher ends up being their next coach. I mean, because my theory about the buyout thing, I think I mentioned last week. The buyout thing. Penn State's been buying out James Franklin for a while, so might as well get a coach that's already getting bought out by someone, so you don't have to pay him as much. But I think Jimbo Fisher will be next coach at Penn State. That's just what I think right now. I don't know if that's gonna. I don't know if it's gonna stay anything like that. But yeah, that's just what I think is gonna happen right now. But I will revisit these predictions. I keep them all in one document. So like by like the week, I still have Oklahoma State getting James Franklin. So I mean, who knows about that? Yeah. Anyways, let's get through some more of these. I still have. This is one I've actually had the. Oh shoot! Sorry, my document went away. This one's had something I had the whole time. Uh, I think Oregon State's still going for Ed Orgeron. I just think that's the most fit for him. But Ed Orgeron, my dad said something like he'd come back to LSU. Yes, Ed Orgeron said he would love to come back for LSU and he'd be back as soon as possible. I mean, I'd love for Ed Orgeron to come back, but I just don't know if it would be the same as it used to be. But who knows? We'll see. If LSU gets Orgeron back, that would be wild. I just don't think he's going to LSU back. I don't think LSU's going to get him back, though. I think he's going to go to Oregon State. Like I said, it just makes the most sense for him at this point. Yeah, that's just what I think. With Arkansas, I still have John Gruden going there. I thought about putting him in the Auburn slot, but Arkansas seems like it makes more sense still. I'm just because I know he said he wants to coach an SEC team, so uh, could be. I mean, definitely could be for sure. Could be Auburn, or Florida, or even LSU. But Auburn, I just think Arkansas is just the best fit for John Gruden at this point. And then I still have Jerry Neuheisel being the coach of UCLA. I just realized he's a former player for UCLA, so even better. But Jerry Neuheisel, he's done really good with at least bring UCLA, giving some momentum again. I still don't think their team's that good, but like over the offseason, I think he can make some great moves and he could make UCLA a good team again. Just saying, just saying, just saying, just saying. By the way, before I keep on going, before I forget this, I said a live stream that I'd add Kent State to this list this week, because they did not have a permanent coach. But right after I said that, Kent State hired Mark Carney as their named Mark Carney as their permanent coach. So don't have to worry about that anymore. So yeah, in case y'all are wondering, I'm not adding Kent State to the list just because they fired Mark. I mean, not fired. They hired Mark. Well, Mark Carney was hired, but he's the permanent head coach now. He's been their interim technically. So yeah, Kent State has a coach. I mean, I think he's the lowest paid college football coach, but it's Kent State. What do you expect? But they hired him as their permanent coach, so good for them. Yeah. It's better than whatever was last season. See, I played NASCAR 25 at the same time. By the way, I'm heartbroken we didn't handle, man. That's devastating. Congrats, Larson, though. Anyways, moving on. I still think Brian Kelly's going to Stanford. I just feel like that makes the most sense for him. It'd be downgrading to conference, but like you get a team that has decent, like could have decent momentum. Because like Stanford actually has been as bad as I thought they would be. They're not very good still, but like it's not terrible. I think Brian Kelly, he does good at rebuilding a program. He just doesn't take him past that. But I think if you're in an easier conference, he could take him to maybe in potential A. He could take him to ACC relevance again in a more good way. Um, but I mean, it just seems like the S because like this dude can beat ACC teams. I mean, look at him; he just beat Clemson. Granted, Clemson's not very good this year, but still, I think that he'll go to Stanford because I respect Brian Kelly still. I mean, I know it didn't end very well for him at LSU, and he did not. And he made some decisions on like personnel stuff, but I mean, I think he's still a solid head coach. I think LSU, he just did not live up to expectations. But I think Stanford, their expectations are set so low at this point. They might as well just go get him at this point. I mean, he's already getting bought out of LSU. So I mean, they could just they don't even have to pay him that much, honestly. Yeah. Everything's just so complicated with buyouts with these coaches, I will say. Um, for Colorado State, I still have Tim Skipper going there. I think there's a definitely good chance he could stay at UCLA. But I feel like they're going to take new high schools as their head coach. Just makes more sense, in my opinion, for like aesthetically, considering like new high school's been a player there, and he's in a huge part. I mean, credit to Tim Skipper as well. He's done actually. He's been a bit huge part of it too. But I think one of them is going to get bought out, and it makes most sense that Tim Skipper would be the one that like goes to a different team. I think Colorado State makes the most sense for him. So yeah, there you go. Those are my ones that have remained unchanged. That's not that many. There's one, two, three, four, five, six. I'm not saying the next number. So only half of mine have stayed the same. Now let's just go through the rest of these. Oklahoma State. Originally, actually, yeah. Originally, for Oklahoma State, I had Alex Golesh being the next head coach. And I felt decent about that prediction. But after a while, I was like, but today I have different opinions. I'll put it like that. Because I don't think Alex Golesh is going to go coach there. Um, but I think he'll go somewhere. Obviously, I'll tell y'all later. But I just but you know what? I want to revert back to an old prediction I had a few weeks ago. Uh, Originally, I had James Franklin as the coach. I still don't think it's be James Franklin because that wasn't many openings at that point. Um, but these are like predictions of like if they've hired a coach today. Like these are if these were like the only head coaching spots available. That's what the series is about. Like I'm not going to go all out and just predict everything until the end of the season. Um, but in the second week, I had Eric Morris being their head coach, and I'm actually going to go back to that prediction. I think Eric Morris. I'm going to say Eric. I've been this one's an on and off prediction. The first one that's on and off. I'm going to say Eric Morris is going to be the next head coach of Oklahoma State. Um, for Oklahoma State, I mean, I think this one actually makes the most sense in my opinion. You're an up and coming group of five coach, and like I said a few weeks ago, he's not terribly far away. He's like only it's just up the road to up I-35. It's not close by any means. I live by North Texas University, but I think Eric Moore's done an amazing job with the Mean Green, and they're still in the running for a playoff spot. I'm just saying. I know they got smashed by South Florida, but they just took down Navy, one of the only undefeated teams left in college football at that point. And I think if UNT's defense improves, which they actually did really good against a really good Navy offense, I could definitely see them. I could definitely see them making the playoffs still. And Eric Morris, I think, will be the next head coach of North Texas. It makes the most sense at this point. Yeah. I mean, there's also like possibly like Dan Mullen could go there, but I will admit UNLV has kind of fell off since they haven't fell off necessarily, but they're off. The reality's kind of caught up to them at this point. They've lost 2 games. The Boise State and they lost to New Mexico yesterday, I believe. So yeah, but not to discredit them or anything like that, but just I don't think he's. I think he'll probably stay at UNLV at this point. Right now is what I think. Now, obviously, there will probably be more openings for sure. Yeah, so, yeah, but we'll see. I think Eric Morris will be the next coach of Oklahoma State. Uh, Now we got Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech. This has been a heavily rumored thing. Before we get to that, let's just start off with my history predicting Virginia Tech next coach. At first, I was dead set on Alex Golesh being their next head coach. Had him for 2 weeks straight. And then I decided to put Dan Mullen as the next head coach. But I don't think Dan Mullen's even the next head coach. I think the next head I think the next head coach of Virginia Tech, this is what I've heard from everyone from the internet. I think James Franklin will go to Virginia Tech. Originally I had him Oklahoma State, and then I put him at Florida for a few weeks straight. Now I think it's actually going to be now I actually think it's going to be James Franklin as their next head coach, because I've heard rumors that they're pushing to get James Franklin. I think it makes a lot of sense for Franklin. I mean, he's been I think he's still doing decent with Penn State. He still he had some decent stuff with Penn State, although it didn't end very well for him, obviously. But like this man it's only not even a year ago he was nearly made the national championship. So like James Franklin still got it, I will say. I think if you put him in the ACC, honestly, well, I don't know, ACC kind of compares to the Big Ten and their lower tier teams. I think compares to the ACC a bit, like the Marylands and the Michigan States and the Minnesotas and all that. I think they compare more to the ACC in my opinion. And Purdue and Rutgers. Yeah, but although ironically Maryland used to be in the ACC a long time ago. I probably should have stayed there, honestly, at this point, based on how they've done in the Big Ten. But yeah, there's that. But James Franklin, I feel like that makes the most sense. He'll be in another electric atmosphere with Virginia Tech. The Hokie Nation. I think they'll be good with James Franklin. James Franklin will be good with them. I think that makes the most sense for him. So I think it kind of reminds me of because I remember, what is it? Les Miles, after he got fired from LSU, he went to Kansas. To be fair, Kansas was terrible back then. So obviously, he got kind of a terrible situation. Yeah, Les Miles kind of fell off. I will admit at the end of his career, but I love Les Miles, but I'm just saying he fell off a bit at the end of his career. James Franklin I think still has it though. I think he'll be better at Virginia Tech. That's a better situation in my opinion. But yeah, I think he'll go to Virginia Tech. All right, before we keep on going, for next week's coaching hot seat predictions, it might end up being Wednesday instead because next week I will be in San Antonio. Next Sunday I'll still be in San Antonio, so I might bring my laptop with me to San Antonio, because I'm actually going for a band trip. It's a marching band trip. We made the state championship, and we're already going for one competition. Now we're gonna stay there for another one. If you're Texas marching band, Texas high school marching band, you'll know what I'm talking about. But we're going to the Alamo Dome next week. So yes, I'm going to a college football stadium. I'll be on the field as well. We're leaving Friday night. So we're gonna be there Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and most of Tuesday. So I may or may not be doing the coaching predictions at Sunday night still, but if I do them, it will be in a hotel, and you'll see some background noise, I will admit. But basically, there's a study time. There's on our itinerary for the trip. There's a projected study time session, so I might use that to do the coaching predictions because I may or may not bring my laptop. I'll see what my mom thinks because we share a laptop. Although I use it the most. Well, she barely uses it. She's only used like once, but I'll see what my mom thinks. So I want to bring because I'd bring my school issued one, but I can't live stream on there, and I cannot sign into this account on here. So yeah, but next Sunday I'll update y'all on the community post, but um I will be in San Antonio next week, so I don't know if I'll be able to do. If it doesn't happen Sunday, it'll happen Wednesday more than likely. So yeah, but I'll let y'all know as the week goes on. So yeah, but I'll be in San Antonio though for that. So maybe I'll do it from a college stadium. No, I'm not doing that. But I'll also live stream from the Alamo Dome. What's up, guys? We're in the Alamo Dome. Nah, I can't do that. I'm not bringing my laptop to the Alamo Dome. But yeah. Should imagine though. That'd be pretty cool, but it's a marching band event. I want to live stream during a marching band event like that. You know what I mean? But yeah. Yeah, but I'll do it Sunday night if that's the case. Like, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but because I'm gonna be there. Because Sunday we don't have anything to do. We don't have we have nothing planned for that day yet. So I just gotta see what the band directors say because it's a band trip. But I'll try to do a live stream at that point from the hotel. So I've already filmed in the hotel before, yeah, but we'll see. But y'all, we might have special guests on the live streams, yeah. Um, maybe I'll show my Amar show because I'll be the used at that point. We'll see though. It'll be on this channel actually. Maybe I could do collaboration. What's that? Yeah, but yeah. There's that. That's what I'll let y'all know. Anyways, moving on. Where was I? James Franklin. UCLA, Stanford. UAB. Okay. UAB is the next one. They fired Trent Dilfer. I've had Alex Borton since the last few weeks, but I'm starting to think with all these coaching openings, I think they're going to go with someone else instead. Plus, UAB just lost to UConn by a decent amount yesterday. So yeah, there's that. Granted, the inconsistent but decent UConn team. But for UAB, I originally Alex Morrison's about to interim, and I think he could probably stay on the staff. But honestly, I think we go with a different coach because there's been a lot of coaches fired who did good at the level, who did good at the SEC, or did good at the Group of Five level, that got fired from Power Four conference, or got fired from a Power Four team. And for that reason, I think UAB is going to go with someone that's not too far from them, I will admit. Now, I was really deciding either this person or Billy Napier. I don't think it's with Billy Napier. I'm actually going to go with Hugh Freeze as the next coach of UAB. This man, he did a good job of making Liberty a good team. And like he beat Arkansas with Liberty. Granted, he beat Arkansas with Auburn as well. But Hugh Freeze, he's good. I feel like if you put him in a group of five or gets group of six next year, I feel like put him in the group of six team, he might actually thrive. He might actually thrive in that kind of position. Like I feel like UAB is just desperate for someone. If they get someone with Power Four experience, especially someone up the road, I think that could actually work out for them. I will admit. So, yeah, but I think you could. I think right now that's my pick for the next coach of the UAB. I think the Dragons. Yeah. Or are they the Dragons or the Blazers? I forgot. UAB mascot. Blazers, that's what they are. Okay. They just have a dragon as their logo. Yeah, but I think that Hugh Freeze being the next coach of UAB, it just makes the most sense in my opinion. Yeah. By the way, I know there's rumors of like. By the way, spoiler alert: I don't have Mike Gundy on my list this week. I know he says he wants to coach again with his. I think his son is what he said. But right now, I don't have him anywhere. But over the coming weeks, I could definitely see him going somewhere else, or as more coaching openings go on, and my thoughts will change obviously too about where people will go. Well, I guess better ways predictions will change. My thoughts about you, my thoughts about me. I think you're a beautiful girl. Okay. Um, sorry, but I think Hugh Freeze will be the next coach of UAB. It just makes sense for him, honestly, because like you're staying in the state of Alabama, and you get to coach a group of 5 team that needs a lot of help. And we all know what Hugh and we people saw what Hugh Freeze did at Liberty. So like, if he could do what he did if he could do what he did at Liberty to UAB, I think that could actually work out. I will admit. Plus, he could get some good players from there, from Auburn to come over there too. Yeah, there might be like second stringers, but still, it could actually work out. I'm just saying. Yeah, there's that. Anyways, moving on. Um, moving on. That's what I think is going to be the next UAB coach. Okay, sorry. Sometimes I get stuck on thoughts. I'm very sorry. Sometimes I completely forget them. So let's film a video today, which you'll see later on. I completely got lost my thought, and it took I couldn't really recover. So yeah, I don't know if I was even the. Cause I actually had a few takes on it. So I can mess with the recording a few times, but yeah, I just couldn't focus in today on the recording. I will admit. I'm not gonna say what the video is about. I'll let y'all predict that, but yeah, but it's not gonna be what you expect, more than likely. That's all I'll say. But anyways, moving on. For Florida, I originally had James Franklin be their next head coach. Um, and I think that's still a big possibility. But based on these rumors that he's going to Virginia Tech, I'm starting to think he's probably going to go there instead of Florida because I don't think his Florida. I think could definitely get James Franklin. I just don't see it happen. I could definitely see it happening. So I just don't see it as likely as Virginia Tech at this point, based on what I'm hearing. But I think if they offer him, and then I think if James Franklin had to pick between Virginia Tech and Florida, my guess is he picked for Florida because of its more prestigious conference. I will say more, with all due respect to Virginia Tech, they're a great team and all, but they've had great success in the past. I feel like Florida has probably a better option just because of the conference they're in, even though they're not very good usually. Yeah, I mean, I hope he goes to Virginia Tech and not Florida, but yeah, there's that. But I do think that. I mean, there's definitely a possibility Alex will go there, but I do think that like I do think that oh, I just heard the name. I do think James Franklin could go there still. But anyways, prediction who thinks going to go there. I'm I'm gonna say Lane Kiffin goes there. Last week I had him at LSU, but based on what I've heard at LSU lately, I don't think they're gonna get Lane Kiffin. I'll just be honest. I hope they prove me wrong, but like LSU, the drama surrounding that program, oh man, it's hard to see, honestly. Being an LSU fan, it's hard to see. I'm sorry, it's just hard to see this program struggling all of a sudden. But I think Lane Kiffin ends up going to Florida instead, which that would really suck. I don't want to go Florida. Um, bro, just bring put if Brian Kelly goes to Florida, I'm going to actually. Oh man, I don't know how I feel about that. No, I think they should hire. Um, I think they should hire Trent Dilfer. That'd be a great hire for Florida. I'm just all serious though. Lane Kiffin. I feel like if you'd have to buy him out, obviously. But I feel like Lane Kiffin's one that he's susceptible, I guess, to that he could leave teams Like we saw him lead Tennessee a few years ago. Like we've seen it happen before, and he could definitely do this with Ole Miss too. I will say Ole Miss is doing better where Tennessee was when Lane Kiffin was still there, or was there that for the very brief time he was there. But I feel like Florida could be a better fit for him, in my opinion. Well, I don't know. Ole Miss has been a great fit for him so far. But Ole Miss is an prestigious program. The big reason why they're so good is because of him. Um, Obviously, he could definitely stay at Ole Miss. I think that's still a very likely possibility. I have a weird feeling he's could go out. But I mean, if they make the playoff, if Ole Miss make the playoffs, I feel like that's a more like I feel like that increases the chances of him staying. Though, to be fair, but who knows? I don't know. That's the beauty of college football. You never know what's going to happen. But I do think Lane Kiffin he's my coach of Florida right now. Now moving on to Auburn. Auburn, I'll save LSU for last just because it's a whole situation. Um, but let's do this. Auburn just fired Hugh Freeze. By the way, for Florida, I originally had James Franklin as the next coach. By the way, that was week 2 of doing this. By the way, when I put Florida on here. Anyways, but moving on. Auburn fired Hugh Freeze after 3 seasons. I think it's been 3 seasons since it's happened. 2 or 3 seasons. But Hugh Freeze, man, just not good with the old Auburn or all burning away from relevancy in college football year by year. But it's just that program as a whole is not very good, not as good as it used to be. It's not just the coaching. Yeah, the coaching's a huge issue. Was not, yeah. but Hugh Freeze, this was like looking like his best year. He got a lot of great talent in the transfer portal, and what has he done with it? He put him to lose to Kentucky of all teams. Their one good win this year, their only good wins this year were against Arkansas, who doesn't have a head coach. Well, I guess Bobby Petrino's interim, and a fraudulent Baylor team who does not have a defense, which is the reason why they're doing so bad. I thought they would be much better this year, but they have a great offense, but their defense is awful. And concerns Dave Aranda, I love Dave Aranda, but man, that defense is awful. That defense, bro, is the reason why Baylor's not doing good this year. Sawyer Robertson, he might be the best quarterback in college football. He might just be, but no one's gonna know because his offense is complete, or his defense is complete horse doo doo. Yeah, it's horse doo doo baloney. How about that? But yeah, Dave Aranda might be one to gets fired. I don't know. He's inconsistent, to be fair. He can be good. It's just they're not always good. But yeah. Anyways, for Auburn though, I think they're gonna go for a group of 5 coach again. That seems like what Auburn does. I think Alex Golesh will be their next head coach. Now, this is Alex Golesh. This is kind of a little bit kind of similar to hiring Hugh Freeze, but like Alex Golesh is coaching in a better conference because USA's kind of sucks most of the time. And granted, that's when UTSA, UNT, Rice, and Marshall were all in that conference still when he was still there. But like, CUSA is nothing compared to that. Well, they're both group of 6, but like CUSA is nowhere near the same level as the American. Like the American has like 5 teams, Like they have Memphis, North Texas, South Florida, where obviously we're what's his face? Alex Golish comes from. Tulane and Navy. Yes, it just went down, but it was in North Texas yesterday. I think I just think that at this point, and like American's a better conference, but it's USA right now. Their best team is Kennesaw State. Granted, Kennesaw State's actually not a bad team this year. Like they're a good team. They're not going to be in the. I don't see them making the playoffs though. Like I mean, there's still a chance, obviously, a very slim chance, but they'd have to win out. Have to win out and just hope a lot of teams fall. Because to be fair, this is the same thing got smashed by Indiana. They almost beat Wake Forest, so I give them credit for that. Yeah. But they're 6-2. That's their best team in the conference. Granted, still decent. Yeah, Western Kentucky's also a solid team, but they got to play LSU in a few weeks. So, granted, LSU's not that good, but still. They burn the Western Kentucky. Watch, they're going to lose to them. Yeah. I think Alex Golish does end up in Auburn, though. At least doesn't right now. I've had him so many different places. It's crazy. Went from Virginia Tech to Oklahoma State and now to here, Auburn. Plus, it's not terribly far. You're in the same part of the country, so yeah. Now, moving on to the next. Last but not least, we have LSU. If y'all know me, I'm a huge LSU fan. I love LSU, bro. They're my favorite team. Honestly, if it weren't for them, I wouldn't be around here today. Because that's how my parents met online. Yeah. Anyways, I probably told that story before. Anyways, point is, LSU's been going through a lot lately. It seems like they're cleaning the house. Like they fired a lot of people. Shoot, my phone's ringing. Oh, Jack's calling. What's up, Jack? Hey, bro.
What's up?
I'm on live stream. Want to say hi?
Oh, what's up, Mark Sports?
Yeah, finishing up the coaching predictions videos I've been doing.
After that, do you want to film the first part of the PowerPoint series? The intro to the first part of the PowerPoint series where we choose our ideas.
Sure.
For everyone at Mars Sports, let's just say something's happening that I have to tell Marshall about, and if y'all hear it, all good.
Yes.
So, basically, the plan is, Marshall, we film the intro, then we film two separate things saying what our topic is going to be, but we say we're going to be working on the presentations, and that's where the first bit of the video ends, where we describe what we're going to talk about, what we're going to do. Then, second video, we show each other the topics, and then we present them to each other. Completely random topics, by the way. And then the final video, we debate the topics on which one is better and more relevant.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, that's what's been going on. Yeah, that's what we've been a little behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, because we've been too busy with theater and band and school.
Yeah.
For me as well,
yeah.
Work. Also, if Marshall, you can see this, the whiteboard is no longer there.
Oh,
and
wow.
I have access to my closet again. I finally gutted that thing after work today.
Nice. That's awesome.
Gutted the closet. The whiteboard's next to my sim, so I have open space again, guys.
Let's go. That's awesome.
Yeah, guys, that's what we got going on behind the scenes. I'm gonna listen to Marshall finish this up, and then we're gonna film.
Yep. Yeah, but so LSU, yeah, I just got to the LSU coach. So They've basically been cleaning the house lately. They fired Brian Kelly and then Joe Sloan. And they also fired their athletic director, Scott Woodward.
Hey, I'm just saying, the current LSU roster can absolutely beat the Saints right now.
For reals. The Saints are so trash, bro. They're trash.
Yeah, like what's their record right now?
Like 1-8, I think.
I'm gonna look at Miami's record real quick.
To be honest, I don't even watch. Oh my god, I haven't even watched the Saints lately.
And we're just gonna look at Miami's record real quick. Ah, fuck, we're 2-7. God damn it.
Oh, you're a little better than us. You're better than us at least.
Yeah, we're doing better than the Jets as well.
Yeah.
And the Cleveland Browns.
Oh yeah.
And the Tennessee Titans. And the Raiders. This is just AFC.
Yeah. Wow, that's a lot of teams.
Okay, so in the NFC and AFC, in general, the best record for the worst teams in like NFC East, North, Southwest, AFC East, North, Southwest. The Vikings are at the bottom of the NFC North, but they're 4-4.
Really? Yeah, they've been a weird team this year.
Yeah. How are the Panthers doing good? They suck 90% of the time.
Exactly. They've been a weird team. I remember they shut the Falcons a few weeks ago.
Falcons are somehow doing really good. Actually, I kind of expected that.
Yeah.
The Cowboys are 3-4 makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, continue on with your stream.
Yeah. So LSU has no head coach for football, no offensive coordinator, no athletic director, and no president for the freaking university. So literally, there's been controversy about the Louisiana governor getting involved. Jeff Landry, who, by the way, most Cajun person I've ever heard in my life.
How Cajun?
Like, the accent, you can barely understand what he's saying sometimes. Like, you just have to listen to his accent. He sounds like my Uncle Rat. Shout out to my Uncle Rat, by the way. He's got a strong Bayou accent.
Oh.
Like, that's, I can't even imitate it very well.
Bad, man.
Yeah, but basically, he's been getting involved with us in like the Brian Kelly stuff. Like it's a Brand Jim, there's a lot of stuff. Go read about it. It's kind of a weird situation.
Even Penn State was more managed than that.
Exactly. Like Penn State,
which is really fucked up to think about.
Yeah, I agree. But for LSU, I have Lane Kiffin as their coach. That was just when I spitballed immediately. That was like my initial thought. After some thought, I don't think I feel like with all this stuff, I don't think they're going to get a coach from like the SEC or anything like that. I think they're actually going to get a coach in the group of 5, which is weird saying because they haven't done that forever. I'm going to say this one might be ironic considering the rivalry between these two teams. But in the same state, I think John Summerall is going to be the next LSU head coach. This man's done so good with Tulane. I mean, Tulane, to be fair, is a really good football program. Honestly, they're better than LSU this year a little bit. But, I mean, well, I don't know. But, actually, well, Tulane's been more successful this year. They have a better record. But Tulane, John Summerall's kept that program relevant. And we'll say they've done very good, I will say. I mean, and if you put John Summerall with much better circumstances, like a SEC team, he could really thrive, honestly. He could work out. Like, look what Kirk's, like, current group of 5 coaches could work. Like, look what Kirk Signetti did for JMU. I mean, wasn't he FCS coach at one point? Holy crap. Kirk Signetti, not even 3 years ago, was an FCS coach. Now he has potentially the best team in the country for FBS with Indiana. So it could work out. A group of 5 coaches going to the really good program. Well, to be fair, Kirk Signetti turned around a terrible Indiana team. You put John Summerall with an already like prestigious program in LSU. He could really thrive. Honestly, I think that'd be a great decision for LSU if it pays off.
Oh, guys. Quick motorsports news. That's not NASCAR related because I don't watch NASCAR. I'm leaving that to Marshall.
Shout out to Kyle Larson and heartbroken for Denny Hamlin.
Really, exactly. No, did you see the video of him crying next to his car?
Hamlin?
Or no, Connor. Xfinity.
Oh yeah, man. He did it, and he had 10 wins this year, and somehow they win the championship.
No, there's quite literally a video of him crying next to his car, and I cried watching that video because he deserved the Xfinity championship.
I agree, bro. He had. Shout out to Jesse Love. Congrats to him for winning the championship. But man, Connor Zillich.
2 wins versus 10 wins. My ass.
Exactly. I mean, I've enjoyed the playoff format. I will admit, I've been one of those that has enjoyed it and been on the side of it because I will admit it keeps me entertained the rest of the season. But it doesn't reward the best champions, in my opinion. I will say, Denny Hamlin should have won the championship today.
Oh, also, Charles Leclerc and Alexandria St. Milou got engaged.
Congrats to them. That's awesome.
Yeah, it happened this morning. Leo Leclerc, the dog, their dog that I wish I was, because not for those reasons, but for the fact that I'd be living a life of pure luxury and doing absolutely nothing with my life.
Yeah.
He had a tag, his collar had a tag that said when Alexandria read it, "Dad wants to marry you." And then in another photo, there was one that said she said yes.
Oh, that's awesome. Good for them, though. That's awesome.
Yeah, they got engaged today.
That's awesome, man. Good for them.
Yeah, I just had to mention that, and you can continue on. I just saw the stuff about that.
Nice. Yeah, but shout out to Charles Leclerc and his fiance now. That's awesome. Yeah, I think John Summer will be the next coach at LSU at the moment. So, yeah. Plus, it kind of keeps the LSU Tulane rivalry a bit. It's you take Tulane gets their coach poached from their most hated team. Yes, they haven't played each other since 2009, but still, yeah. Anyways, that's who I think should be.
Still,
yeah. But anyways, that's who I think should be the next coaches of each teams. Yeah. Oh wait, don't you have the Sutton family matchup this week? Penn State, Indiana.
For anyone who doesn't know, we called this the Family Rivalry Bowl because my mom's side of the family is an Indiana family, and my dad's side's a Penn State family. So this year it's a very conflicting game. So every year it's a very conflicting game. So I will not be commenting on this for the sake of my own safety.
No, that's fair.
For my own safety.
I'm just gonna say this. I'm sorry. Penn State's gonna get destroyed. I'm sorry. Indiana.
No shit. Have you seen us this year?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, y'all been. Oh man. I mean,
quite literally watch every single A&M game, and I've watched maybe 2 Penn State games because we suck so much.
Yeah.
I had to watch our Villanova loss at work.
Yeah. Yeah, because
I am genuinely that not interested in Penn State this year.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Coming to me, of all people.
Yeah, because Penn State was new in the national championship last year.
And then all of our management went to shit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, y'all got crushed by Ohio State yesterday. And
Ohio State, we were going to get crushed either way.
Yeah, true. Indiana, bro. I mean, that team they might be the best team in the country, honestly.
Yeah, no, they are.
Man, Penn State was actually really good this year. Oh man, that would be such a close game, but Penn State flopped. I will admit.
Fair. All
yeah,
right.
But hey, if y'all get a good coach, I'll be back to where y'all want. Back to.
Oh God, I hope so. We need one.
Yeah. Anyways, y'all, that's gonna do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe.
Have a nice day.
And goodbye. See you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.